Hey, this is going to be a really different video from one that I normally record. Um, if you're looking for a super concise guide, this is not going to be it. I'm just going to kind of do this one freeform. I got a comment yesterday from Johnny Boy on YouTube, and he said, "Any tips for a solo player? Had zero success trying to coordinate anything over global chat as I'm usually ignored, and random queue has been unsuccessful." And I realized that all of my strategies so far have just been I've coordinated in some way. I've either collected teammates from Petrowski's Discord or my own team, and I have not kind of offered any tips or tricks, though some of the stuff is applicable, at least to playing totally solo. And from what I understand, if you're trying to solo queue yourself, I think you're going to want to play more of a support role, though I'm going to test that theory now. And I don't really have the time to test that, then edit a video down and put it out there. So this is going to be kind of just, we're going to see what happens, see how it goes. I have some ideas. I've been theory crafting some stuff. We shall see. We're going to start with the low punny fight and see how it goes with just a typical metagross with some setup. I'll show you what that stuff will look like and make some recommendations on some Pokemon you can get. And then otherwise, we're going to kind of test some other things out that I've been working on, a couple other Pokemon I made. And we should have another fight later today, shortly after this video comes out, hopefully. Hoping that everything goes well there. And then lastly, I just want to say thank you if you're watching still and you haven't skipped, because this is just going to be a long rambling video. Thanks for the 1,000 subscribers. It's kind of wild to me that there are 1,000 people out there that follow this YouTube channel, and I just made it to kind of explain a red strategy to some team members and see if anyone else needed it. And it's kind of done way more than I ever could have expected it to. So it's very cool. And also super thanks to Petrowski for all the love and the shout outs for the past couple days. Just kind of putting strats out there and seeing if anyone uses them. And so far it's been kind of wild to see the feedback. So thank you for all the love, Petrowski and everyone else out there. So let's get started. I am going to lead off here with a Prankster Murkrow, which is pretty cheap right now. We're going to do matchmaking sign up. If this takes forever, then this video is going to be extra boring. If you're not familiar with Prankster, it makes status type moves priority, which is super useful if you're just trying to do one particular thing quickly and get status off. In this fight, Lopunny starts off, I think it's a Cosmic Power plus defense plus special defense, and you can just wipe it at the beginning of the fight. And so that's super useful. If you're reducing the boss's defense and special defense by one stage for the entirety of the fight, that's super high value. If you're queuing up solo, this is the first thing that I would do here. And gosh darn it, the queue is going to take a while, isn't it? I might have to edit this down. We shall see. I'll talk about, you're going to see some other Pokemon over here. Pay no attention to the, oh, here we are. I'm ready. Pay no attention to the fainted Pokemon. I definitely didn't faint on the trainers on the way over here. YouTuber can't even beat NPCs. So let's see what our teammates bring. This is also kind of exciting. Okay, we got a Metagross to start, so somebody knows what they're doing. We got the Cosmic Power from Lopunny. I'm going to take that out. Also, no one's going to have any idea it's me because I have this stealthy name. And of course, I'm recognizable. I'm super famous. So we're going to start off with the Haze. Shiny Rob starting off with the Iron Defense for the Metagross. You love to see that. Empoleon just going for the nukes. We're just going big damn from the Empoleon. And Volcarona is an interesting one. I have high hopes for Volcarona, but because all these fights have been physical, Quiver Dance isn't going to be that great. We don't know what ability. I didn't see the move there if there was one, but we're going to wipe that first. And hopefully the Murkrow takes some damage here. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Acrobatics is going to hurt. There we go. Okay, I want the Murkrow to get out and quick. The reason being, I don't have that. I could Tailwind and provide support other ways, but really it was just kind of a one and done thing there so that we do more damage on the Lopunny and I Haze get that down. So we do want to get rid of the Minoons too. We'll see if the Metagross does that. I have some stuff up my sleeve. I might not go straight to my Metagross here. I think I'm gonna. I'll do Sableye just for just to talk about it. So Sableye, also a prankster Pokemon, like we talked about, priority if you're not aware of that. More importantly, we're gonna Wisp the boss, and the reason that we're doing that is Will-O-Wisp, like I talked about, halves the damage, does a little bit of damage, not that important that it does the damage, but if your boss gets 3 turns, if you're cutting the boss's physical damage in half for 3 turns, that's a massive amount of damage saved. So you want to keep Wisp up if possible. You can help your teammates by doing that. I don't think the Sableye is going to stick around long enough to do anything with it. Garchomp does well there to get rid of the Minoon on the right side for the Metagross. That's big. Thunder Punch eaten by Empoleon. He's not going to live that one, unfortunately. And a big double edge. And there's Metagross at Iron Defense, number 2, so that should put it at +4. I'm eating a Discharge over here. That's fine. I want to take damage. I think the Ghost type is not going to lend itself to taking more damage. Some other things that I didn't do for this Sableye that you can do. Sableye I think is a little bit expensive right now, but it's going to be probably a very useful PvE Pokemon moving forward, just because it can set both screens with Prankster. Kind of insane. I don't have that on it right now. Probably throwing because of that, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to just... I'll go into the Metagross here just so that you can work with this toolkit pretty easily, and then we're going to see some stuff that some other players have been theory crafting that I've built, some other stuff that I've been theory crafting, and we may play a bit of a different role. Fighting types not that great in this fight because the acrobatics spam, so that's another tip if you're a solo player. Try to avoid the fighting types. I do need to get rid of that Minoon pretty quick, so I might skip the first Iron Defense just because it seems like this the Minoon is going to hit me, and the boss is probably gonna, whatever my other cute teammates kind of don't get the raid meta, so they're bringing a lot of glass cannon type stuff, things that don't have favorable typings. We got some bulk there, and he's gonna take out, I guarantee you, bet all my life savings that this Typhlosion's about to eruption into this Azumarill. Yep. And that's unfortunate because we want that thing alive, so it's super weak into this Metagross, but what are you going to do? We have an Earthquake, so he'll take care of that. That frees me up to Iron Defense, so that's big. If you can, like, I have the feeling that a lot of other solo queue players are just going to click buttons blindly. If you wait and just make smart decisions like that, you see that the Earthquake's coming and it's going to take out that Minoon. It's no problem, so I'm free to Iron Defense. That's big. I don't know about speed tiers, but, hoping that EQ goes off. I can eat one more Discharge, no problem, so... And there you see why you don't want to bring gym rerun Pokemon. I know that you can probably, people have talked about just running Sun as like a coordinated team, but if you're a coordinated team, you don't need this video. So you can run a full Sun, full weather team for a lot of these raids, I bet, and just absolutely destroy them. I like finding these nifty little strategies that take very little resources. So like Metagross was 10k at the time when I made the video. They're now like 20, 30k. Sorry about that. You're like, it's very fun for me to kind of find these easy to create strategies that are easy to replicate, easy to do, and easy to acquire. That's what I really like, that Ho strategy with the Dragonite Poliwhirl or Poliwrath rather, and Rotom Heat. Again with the frigging electric rats. I really like that strategy because it was cheap and effective. It worked really well, so it was kind of fun for me to put that one out there, shamelessly rip from the Chinese community. But the Ho fight is busted right now, by the way. Unintended changes because of the raid implementation. There's a damage cap on the Ho fight that makes it significantly more difficult. Don't know if it will be fixed anytime soon or if it will get fixed at all. They may leave it alone. Who knows? They could just call it a nerf and leave it at that. So we'll see what happens. Rats. I'm gonna take it out at +4. So if you're attempting the Ho fight, it's pretty difficult. If you're using the strategy that I put out there, the Dragonite Poliwrath Rotom Heat, it's still possible. Some slight changes. If you made your team super budget, it might not be possible. Caveat, I guess. So be on the lookout for some problems with the ads and that sort of thing. But you're not here for Ho strategies. You're here for raid tips. This guy, I don't know if it's in name order, but I think he's almost through most of his Pokemon here. We've got all of the Metagrosses out, so solo queue might be getting better as time goes on, just because people know the strats. And I take out that Minoon, or I was Plusle, and then hopefully they take out the Minoon. They know too. We got an early pair on this guy. That's unfortunate. Oh, somebody running EQ? Nice. Okay. So yeah, we could talk about a little bit upgrades for these Metagross. So I gave a Metagross build that was just like, you could go buy this right now. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do to make this way better. One super effective things that you can do is just pick up Hone Claws. I think it's 15k. It might even be, yeah, it's a 15k TM. If you need TMs, go to the Driftveil Market, another PSA. Everything else is bugged, but the Driftveil Mart in Sinnoh has everything that you need. We're gonna leave Lopunny up. I have +4. Let's just try. I'm not even we're gonna start smacking the boss. I don't really care. Yeah, Driftveil Mart Mall, whatever you want to call it, is early poison. That's cool. Actually, this is probably gonna do no damage. It's not like we're throwing up burns though. Go there for TMs, or you can just buy them on the GTL if they're available, though, because people don't know that the Driftveil Mart is open. A lot of things aren't there. I've seen a lot of people complaining in Global and in other Discords that they can't find TM, so PSA for that. Hone Claws is really good. You get the accuracy boost. We got a big attack boost there. Let's go. We're going to start dumping some big damn on the boss. Hone Claws gives you the accuracy boost and the guaranteed attack boost, so you can start hitting that cap faster. That's probably a great way to do it, though you don't need to do it. I'm still using the Metagross that I bought. It has some EVs because I've been killing some trainers with it to get places on my alts. So this one is pretty thick, but yeah, you don't need something this good. Definitely helps to have better IVs, but they're harder to come by right now, just because everyone wants one for these fights. So Hone Claws is probably a good addition. EQ is another pretty good addition. If you want, I'm gonna Meteor Mash a couple more times. I think this fight's pretty much in the bag though, so this is just gonna be, solo queue first try. It might have been more difficult yesterday when Johnny Boy made that comment. Like awareness for the strategy kind of permeating the community, but this is going to be pretty likely a win. One thing that we have found, I haven't figured out the exact breakpoints yet, but there are AoE mechanics. They're either statuses or there's the Klutz ability that happens for this one where Lopunny gives the whole field Klutz. Really annoying if you're using leftovers because then you no longer can get the leftovers recovery. It seems to happen at an HP threshold, so that's an important thing to keep in mind, that as those things happen, you can take particular precautions. If you're going to push the boss into a particular stage, let's say, you will be able to time it and use something like reactive gas for a single turn, where reactive gas only works for a turn, and block that potentially. So things like that where you can get creative, or time a safeguard appropriately. There's a lot of different things that can happen. Hopefully they know to take care of this. Spinda can be sketchy because of the contrary superpower. So it is one of the ads for this that you do want to take out. Lopunny you can leave in. Azumarill you want to leave in if you're using Metagross in particular. Obviously, if you're doing something else, do whatever your strategy calls for. Where are we at? I'm at +2. I'm just going to start hammering. We're just going to go hammer time right now. So some other things that I could have done and that you could do, reflect would be huge. Light screen might be huge too if you just set a bunch of screens for Sableye. One thing that you're going to do when you come in with your Metagross slate is you're going to be weak, and the boss will focus you because it's going to say, oh, I can do the most damage to this Metagross compared to the other ones that are all buffed up. So you want to set yourself up to come in with your own Metagross if you have it, and try to if you have burn up and you have maybe attack reduction on the boss via charm, other Pokemons can do that. The setting reflect is big. That will allow you to get your own Metagross in Iron Defense up and set for the fight. So mine now is, I don't mind this. Oh, was that a crit? Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's the risk of the whole fight. So perfect. Now we can, if I faint here, then we can start doing some other fun things. What I should have done at some point is probably finish that Iron Defense, that last Iron Defense for that last little extra HP. Not that it doesn't matter all that much anymore. Just because I'm so low. I'm gonna get focused at some point. Or I'm gonna keep getting focused rather, and just get taken out. So this will probably be it for Metagross, and I will bring in. What strat are you guys ready for? Let's see. Let's do this. This is gonna be fun, actually. We like this. I'm very excited for this one, just because you've got 4 people on the field, and you can go full support if you want to and not do any damage. We're going to go into Chansey with the healer hidden ability. I don't think it, here's Klutz, which is huge that I'm dodging that. Huge, I just realized. Oh no, it wasn't Klutz, sorry. That was the AoE Thunderwave. Not, that would have been nice to get actually. Oh, Klutz is already out. Okay, so we've dodged Klutz, that's big, so EV Light still works for Chansey. We are just going to set Reflect. And hope that we don't get absolutely wrecked. Free shot. Yeah, is that going to happen? I spoke too soon. It didn't. Well, at least we'll get the Reflect off, and then I'll swap into something else. So we got the Reflect off. That's going to help save the Metagrosses to do more damage. What I really wanted to have happen here was you can get Reflect off, soft boiled back up to full, and then use Heal Pulse on in between turns. It's probably a good idea to we'll just click soft boiled. It's probably a good idea to stay top to up though, because the boss is really going to want to take you out. And luckily I'm not drain punching, so all right, we're gonna go into another one. This one, we'll do Kofagrigus just because I want to show that one off a little bit. It's a fun build. And make sure that we still have this fight. I think that I can probably, if one of these guys can, if they're able to stay alive, I should be able to carry this fight. But we're gonna do the typical burn. Kofagrigus, if you're not familiar with as a Pokemon, has some interesting base stats. Oh, you can't see them. Massive defense, super low speed, pretty good HP, decent special attack, but huge defense. And so you can see I don't have anything up right here. Oh, Reflect is still up. That's cool. And I Reflect up. It's still saving some pretty big damage there. Hopefully Leftovers Recovery and Wisp with a couple more Reflect turns, I'll be able to tank some damage from these Metagrosses, and they can just keep hammering away. But yeah, that's sort of where I was going with this Pokemon. If you could bulk up, you can protect yourself with Wisp and keep Wisp up. So Kofagrigus can stay up. Has good survivability, longevity. Protects the whole team with Wisp. Protects itself with Wisp too to cover its lack of defense power up. But then you just run Calm Mind, and that covers its special defensive side if need be. Oh, confusion worked there. I guess it just works for one turn. And now we're taking next to no damage from that, which is big. It's got Mummy. I don't know if that's really going to matter at all. But yeah, we're just tanking now with the Kofagrigus, and I'm going to Calm Mind up. Probably just launch a Dark Pulse and do a little bit of damage on the next one. But this is a fun Pokemon. I think I have high hopes on. You can run like Safeguard on this as well. I've got 2 attacks, Calm Mind and Will-O-Wisp. This build came from Mel of Rue. This is actually a battle point farming build that runs Energy Ball instead of Dark Pulse to cover bulky water types. That's a video for another time, though. If you're interested in battle point farming, leave a comment. That's a video that I've been meaning to make a while. It's not a very efficient moneymaker, but it's a fun one just because you got like a leaderboard and stuff. It's pretty cool. Big fan of that. This should be it, though. Yeah, it's just a fun build because you cover the special defense base stat lack on Kofagrigus with the with Calm Mind. Then the Wisp makes it extra bulky on whatever it's on whatever physical attacker. And we've got, I guess it's one more. Did I just get confused? That's unfortunate. Hopefully I get some damage off. But yeah, you can see Lopunny definitely the harder fight of the two, I would say. There's some stuff that you have to take care of for the Perugly fight. The ads in particular are a little bit more threatening. We'll talk about those in the next fight when we get to it. But you can see here that with some budget Pokemon, like also this is not at all that stacked. I did EV train these just because I intend to use these myself for a little while here as we do these fights. But yeah, was I 1.6? That was huge damage. So any kind of these like big setup sweepers, you probably want to get a little bit higher up. I could Calm Mind up as I'm doing this, but you know, it's probably better just to get that extra 1% off for the next, just to end the fight quicker. But you could see how that like Kofagrigus could snowball up to something that is very threatening. So that's just kind of a proof of concept. TBD on what the actual build ends up being. You know, it's really just boss fight dependent. I'm not saying go out and build any of these. These are all just kind of fun things to test. This one in particular is just like, what if Chansey was just a healer and then could reflect and charm the physical boss? So charm, drop the attack, reflect up, charm whenever possible. So I just, the problem is I think the AI just loves to beat up on Chansey. Well, let's see what we got here. Nice, pretty good. We got 3 times 31 and plus 30. So yeah, let's just go right into the next fight. And by the magic of editing, we are getting going on fight number 2. I have ditched the Murkrow for this fight. There's no haze like lead necessary for this one. So if you're just doing Perugly, you could probably skip haze. There's also definitely some other stuff that you can do with Murkrow. I haven't explored this moveset all that much, but I'm sure that there's some fun mechanics that we'll get out of a Prankster Murkrow. And if you pick one up, it's also useful if you're going to run like a double Typhlosion team. It can be your Tailwind setter. So we are going to do our normal Wisp setup. We have somebody with a Metagross strategy. Oh, we have a Jolteon. That's unfortunate that I just added Reflect after that last fight. It's 2k on the GTL right now, so pick up Reflect and put it on your Sableye. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That'll let us get into, I really want Chansey to work because I want to see how, you know, if for all the healers out there and the other MMOs, I want to make this archetype a thing. And I think that Chansey could be like the default healer potentially. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and see between Reflect and Wisp, it's Perugly's doing next to no damage right now. Super Fang is the interesting one on this fight, just because no matter what you're doing in terms of setup, it's always going to be half your HP. So you're going to get down to like, you're going to have your +2 defense on your Metagross, but it can just get chipped down. It'll just Super Fang a couple times in a row and bring you down to 25%. But at that point, it can only just chip away damage at you. Can't set. I don't really want. I could T-Wave the Perugly, I suppose. And then probably get out. So I do want to get out while Reflect is up and maybe get a Charm off on the boss, and then that's going to give me a lot of longevity. I can start spamming heals on the Metagross here, really make this healer thing work. That's funny that the Jolteon ended up at 1. Get back to battle chat here. And Volt Switch out. That's Jolteon. Wow. Forgot, speedy screen setter. There's a budget option where you don't need to spend 80k on a prankster or Sableye, though. I would eventually recommend. What is this guy cooking? I can't wait to see what this slacking does. Oh man, if I had it'd be so funny if I had something with skill swap. Yeah, and that's the stuff that you can do with this type of battles. So if you get true on off slacking, it's basically a legendary Pokemon at that point. Its base stats are insane. Can't show you on my alt because I don't have the Pokedex done, but we're just gonna swap out to Chansey, and maybe I can support the slacking somehow. We'll see what happens, but yeah, overall, I think that the support role is definitely the move. There's the Super Fang off immediately. If you quick tip is, we're just gonna we took two Super Fangs. That's fine. Chansey might just end up tanking all of the Super Fangs. How many turns? We got plenty of reflect time. I can throw a heal on the Metagross, I suppose. Then it's just going to take... This is just a funny one to heal. It's just going to be all Super Fangs. I have Charm on the Chansey, where I could potentially throw it on a Pokemon. I can't hit. Hopefully they know to take that one. Take out the Luxray. Or actually, I think it's Luxray that runs Superpower. You want to leave that up for Metagross. It just eventually lowers its stats to the point of being useless. I'll try to heal Pulse. I don't know. Slacking. I want to see the memes. I want to see the... Oh, damn it. Fuck. That's what I get. Jolteon back in for some reason. Okay, it would have been one of the two, and would have gone off for neither. Maybe he just wanted the free swap. Oh well. I'm not worried though. This fight is very easy. I'm just trying to do stuff for the memes now. We're gonna be fine. I'm still able to set reflect. I have both my Will-O-Wisp setters, so eventually when Perugly shrugs off this stuff, yeah, Heal Pulse does not go through. So we're just going to soft boil on the next one, and hopefully keep tanking. The problem, I guess, with this fight is Super Fang definitely changes the whole dynamic, where it's anything that has a lot of HP, the AI is going to see, oh, I can do, if it's at full 50%, if it's at, 40, 30%. So it's just going to keep doing its thing. Oh, Body Slam took me out. Okay. So it should have been soft boiled there for me, I guess, earlier, but still figuring out the healer thing. I'm probably trying too hard to make it work, but hopefully it does eventually. There may be other fights where it's super useful to have those external heals. But it's definitely tough with the way that the AI gets multiple turns. We lost the burn. I'll probably just go back into Sableye really quick, and I can reset screen too. I bet we're close. Yeah. So there's the power of the Sableye, where, all I was doing before with the Chansey was taking some hits. Heal Pulse did not go off. Could have just soft boiled. Misplay, definitely. I'm bad at the game, unfortunately. So we'll go Sableye. We'll probably tank a super... Oh no, we can't get Super Fang, duh. We'll start with Burn, go Reflect next turn. Because if that Body Slam's hitting, it's gonna hurt. Luxray is an ad that you want to leave up. As you see, it starts to superpower, gets down to -2 by itself. Perugly, leave up. Paralyze. I don't even know what it's done, if I'm being honest. Not really paying attention to it. Kind of forgot about it. And our teammate is just running the Metagross strategy like a champ. We could also be doing that and just sort of finishing this off, but I am doing the support stuff. Enabling the carries. So we don't have... I'm just going to seismic toss, I suppose. A nice little 55, because we can't reset reflect yet. And we've got another Metagross out now, so this should really end the whole thing. But how many... I'm so bad at this game that I don't know how many... Seismic Toss did 1%. That's fine. We're just going to keep chipping away and then eventually put the Reflect back up. And then I will show off one final Pokemon. We're going to go into the Reuniclus, which allegedly can carry this fight by itself. If we don't get a good showing, I could just show it on another alt where we just start your Reuniclus and see if we can just carry the whole thing. You probably want to PP max recover. Just that 5 PP could run thin. But it's definitely going to be a Super Fang target. It just absolutely claps with stored power. Probably not going to be great on any fights with dark types, but otherwise it's going to just do super well. It does super well in this fight where you are not losing your leftovers and you're just bulking up defensively, calm minding up, iron defensing up, and using those stat boosts as ammo for that fat stored power. I was on Pat Petrowski's stream earlier. I hopped on his link when he was doing this fight. And we are going to reflect now. Again, finally. And this thing, after I must have been +4 defense and then +2. So it was, 2 iron defenses, 2 calm minds, and that was doing damage cap with stored power. So it's pretty good. It's a little bit more expensive to build. This one I got +25-ish in the relevant stats. I punted speed for these bulkier guys. So it's just, I want to save and rather invest in things this event than build like OU comp Reunicluses. So if you want to do that, feel free. More power to you. But that's going to be a fun one. I might just do a quick little speed run after this and see if we can do a third fight, Reuniclus only. Let that be kind of like the final testament to what are some good Pokemon for the rest of this event and see which ones kind of shape up to be the best. But it's definitely kind of a bulky sweeper meta, a crit me not sweeper meta, if you will. That's the big thing, is avoiding crits with the stat stages because they go through stat boosts. Fun fact if you don't know that or you're new to the game. So no status ailment. I guess I'll throw up Wisp real quick. Keep saving the Metagrosses. Hopefully we wake up in a timely fashion, but oh wait, did we not? Were we asleep for... Yeah, we were asleep for Reflect too. If given the choice, I guess Reflect would be better just because it's block. Both of these ads are dog. I guess they're cat, huh? All right, we got the Reflect up. I'll Reflect burn and just do the full support roll, and this will be the support roll fight. Oh, we're getting damage. That's... Yeah, after all this, I don't know about the slacking strat. Truant, not great. Makes it pretty bad. So you're just going to swap out to other things just for 1 damage. 1 damaging move, 1 turn. I'm not going to sub the Reuniclus in. I'll just I'll let this faint. And if I don't think we're going to get slept again, so we'll get the burn off. I swear if Wisp misses. Wisp misses. It's going to be unfortunate. Yeah, Reuniclus has other potential outside of just being like it also can set screens, can be a bulky screen setter if the fight calls for that. Yeah, we're not. Wait. Oh yeah, of course we get the wisp off. Prankster. So we get that off, we feint. Perfect. That's exactly how we wanted that turn to go. I definitely didn't forget about Prankster. No shot. So we're going with Reuniclus next, and we'll test that out. I have a Starmie in the party if you're looking over here. This is just a story Starmie I used to get this alt through Unova really quickly. Or at least this is a berry alt that I just pushed through Unova to do low punny again. The things that I do for videos. Starmie, not that useful. There's no secret Starmie strategy if you're trying to theory craft or trying to figure out what I'm theory crafting. Just use it for surf to get over here on Route 1 Unova. So I think you probably lead Iron Defense with your Uniclus on a physical fight like this. Super Fang right off the rip. Unfortunate that it avoided the hammer arm. That one's paralyzed. That Thunder Wave coming in clutch long term. And I don't even, this might be crazy. I think it's not even worth it to go for recover because it's just you're just gonna get Super Fang's gonna do more damage. As long as we're out of triple attack range from the boss, and I think that's good between I think the plus one's not gonna hurt us all that much. There's a Starmie, as I was just spent all that time shit talking Starmies. We're gonna let's just see how much plus I'll go for this might be it. I don't even know if we're gonna get a stored power off, but we'll see what happens. Bring in Reuniclus late to a fight and seeing how the AI reacts. Hopefully the Starmie ends up attracting at least one or two of the turns of the Perugly. Big Scald, nice 3.2% damage. Super Fang, Shadow Claw, and oh, that was all three. Okay. And that'll do it. So we didn't even get to see the stored power Uniclus. We'll do one more fight real quick and just make this a comically long video. If you're still watching and I'm mildly entertaining, that's incredible. Let's see what stored power does here. That doesn't even kill the Perugly. So it probably wouldn't have been all that much damage with his single +2. You get that. I don't know if the Calm Mind boost accounts is a multiplier on the stage side and then the damage multiplier side. So on the move thing where it's you do more damage for your stat boost, but maybe I'll figure that out. Don't really know. I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. So let's go to fight number 3. And we are just going to try to sweep with Reuniclus. Carry. This could be a pretty good carry Pokemon for these easier raids this event. Not necessarily going out. Not necessarily saying go out and breed one right now, but definitely something to consider. We are setting Sun with 9 tails, were we? Let's check. Yeah, Sun was set, so this eruption should be fat, though I don't like that we're getting rid of this Luxray. I can't help it that my teammates don't know to leave an ad like that up. I will set Reflect first so that we are protected on all fronts. Light Screen would be good on this Espeon, though I think we can leave it up. Ninetales is probably just going to want to get out after this. He might even... we'll see what happens. But Reflect big on the Bulldoze. And Power Gem. Honestly thought that was going to do more damage. We'll get the burn on Perugly. Normally that would set us up to bring in the Chansey, or at least that's what I would want to do. But we tried the Chansey strat on Cam. Didn't work out. Electivire, I don't know how that's going to fare. I don't know what the AI is going to do here with the Typhlosion. I haven't had too many team members with Typhlosion, so we'll see what happens. But we will get the Wisp off. Hopefully, ideally, it focuses us so that it's just a free swap next turn into the Reuniclus. We do get the swap from the Typhlosion. I don't know what the thought process is there at all. That's cool. You see that Bulldoze is doing next to nothing now, at least to the Breloom. But we do have the burn up, we have reflect up, and we're hopeful that there's a flamethrower. Hits us, not that much damage, less than ideal. I can't Thunder Wave Electivire. I could Seismic Toss it, and I don't know if that's going to do any respectable amount of damage. I suppose I could Wisp the Electivire, but I'm just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna send it. We're gonna send it straight into Reuniclus. Would have been cool if we got knocked out. I just want to see if we can kind of carry this whole fight, because we got two teammates that are kind of in that like, I have Pokemon. I'm gonna throw them at the boss and see what happens. We got our buddy over here with Metagross, which is good. You know, he gets it. He's on the level. Though those Super Fangs are always scary. We're at +4. Yeah, he just doesn't know. I can leave that Electivire up and I'm fine, but what am I gonna? I think I still want the Iron Defense up first. We got special attack from the Electivire. I'm gonna leave that alone for a little while here. Gonna have to wait for our teammates to pick their next Pokemon. Maybe a sort of thing that they back into Typhlosion. How many Sun turns do we have left? Doesn't tell us, and this doesn't know. Think that I still want to Iron Defense first, but we'll see what happens. Learn from my mistakes if I make them right here. We'll see what happens. The Electivire goes down, so definitely better to should have thought that one through. It's going down to the Eruption regardless, so we don't need that extra special defense from the Calm Mind. We are going to take at least one Super Fang, maybe two, and then be back in a similar situation where we were before. Ooh, I don't know what we're doing there. I don't know why we're taking out that ad. We like the Peruglies up, for the record, so can't stop our teammates from doing things like that. You could be in chat and instructing people. I have the feeling that that's probably going to be not all that helpful, but if you're stuck solo queuing like this, you just kind of got to do what you got to do. I'm going to leave the Luxray up. It's going to die to Eruption regardless, but maybe we'll see some stuff hitting. No, it's going to stay up. So we'll Calm Mind this one. If you are a better Reuniclus user and for some reason you're still watching this video, I don't know why you would be. If you know how Reuniclus works, you probably can play this game better than me. If you know exactly how the mechanics work for stored power, please comment below. There might be a more optimal way. I might figure one out from someone else and put it in the comments or something. I'm still overdue for making just kind of like a big guide where I just kind of dump all the info that I already have. Eventually that'll be linked in all of these like Lunar New Year videos, just being like, here's a bunch of stuff for beating the bosses. Good luck. And then you can just kind of follow that instead of a turn-by-turn guide, just because turn-by-turn guides are honestly boring for you and for me. So let's take some fun tips and then you can use them. So I think we'll Iron Defense once more and then send it. We don't have the Reflect anymore, so we definitely want that Iron Defense. We've lost all that stuff. So Body Slams might start to hurt more. Hopefully Typhlosion takes. We might want to... I could have recovered, I suppose. The AI will still see what... Yeah, probably should have been a recover, because we're going to take maybe one or two more. Unless it decides 10%. Yeah, this is no good. They are finally attacking the boss there instead of taking out ads, which is good. And our trusty Metagross friend over here is just doing work. I will throw off a recover next. And then maybe that will take a Super Fang. What do we have next from our Typhlosion friend. Cool. Brute will definitely take some of the pressure off of us. You're just kind of be in this weird like kind of 1/4 to 1/2 health territory because Super Fang is going to take anything out that's at 100%. Perugly will hit that Hone Claws, and there's not even a missed chance. Shadow Claw for Chandelure finally gone. Big EQ taking out the ad that we would like to leave up, but what are you going to do? And just like that, Krook's gone. So again, the gym rerun are typical PvE Pokemon of old, being the glass cannons. I sound like a broken record, I'm sure, at this point. You don't need or want them. They are not the answer for these fights, for this meta. There may be cases where we, like 6 Pokemon over the course of a fight, you swap something in that just needs to do a bunch of damage really quick. There might be like damage checks like other MMOs. Think about WoW boss fights, different phases like we have for the Pumpkin fight. Stuff can get pretty crazy. Pumpkin's gonna be nuts once they turn it into a raid. It's gonna be nutty. But we did get all of the iron defenses we wanted off. Let's just see if we're at damage cap. Might be at damage cap earlier. Might want to still put the defenses up just because you start getting focused a little bit, but we're erupting. But honestly, if you got nothing else, like I'm kind of shit talking the eruptions, but there's worse things that you could be bringing for sure. I've heard horror stories of people just clicking ghost moves over and over again into normal type Pokemon. So let's finally see the stored power. Metagross is at 1. I think we're in a place where this Reuniclus can finish out this fight if everyone else was gone. So, yeah, I've heard the horror stories about teammates. It doesn't seem like these teammates have been all that bad. Just being overly critical. If the slim chance that one of you ends up watching this video and I'm just kind of shit talking, I'm just doing it for the content. You're good. Like this, you guys are probably carrying me more than the other way around. What? Oh my god, I got slept right when gosh darn. Yeah. And it, like that comment from the beginning of the video, the first thing that I said was join a team. This is an MMO after all, and we're finally starting to see some true multiplayer content here where, we're all interacting together instead of it just sort of being like a single player side by side game with chat. So we finally get that MMO content. Join a team, join a Discord or something, try and find people, interact with people, befriend them maybe. And then you will have probably a much better time. We're not at damage cap, but we'll get there. And it'll probably be a lot more fun. I think one more calm mind would do it. I don't know if it's really worth it. Have a base Rotom. Interesting. What's this guy cooking? So I could calm mind once more. That might put us there. I could let's iron defense once more. Let's see if I kind of want to stall for content. Sorry, teammates. Yeah, Shadow Claw on the Glade. That's gonna be tough. What I'm surprised at this point is that we're not seeing more. I guess because it's able to take out the AI saying, "Oh, I can do all of this damage instead of a Super Fang," leaving me free to play. How I want. Though I guess the one thing that I have to be aware of is that if I'm the last person standing, then we lose. So that's going to be one thing to consider. That was the last iron defense. Maybe I shouldn't have stalled. But if we get to 10%, that's 2 attacks. So we'll see what happens here. Last thing. I think that the 4th team member here has got enough, so we should be okay. And not having reflect and other stuff, you can see how fast team members are going down. So it's like you can kind of play the carry role or you can play the support role. We were a little bit of both here. Could eventually go back into the Sableye if need be. There's 8%. There's probably a multiplier on Calm Mind with the special attack stages. I think I was at something similar where I Calm Minded once more on Pat's stream. I can go back and check his stream. But there may be a more optimal picking Calm Mind versus picking Iron Defense. And that would kind of change things, but this fight's won, and you can kind of see how much of a carrier Uniclus is. So like I said, it's definitely not something that you 100%, 1,000% need to go breed. Metagross is super expensive now, and if you're good at breeding and you want to make a quick budget Uniclus like I did, I just use some Dittos. Dittos are dirt cheap right now. Most breeders are dirt cheap. Chaos isn't, just because I don't think that there are any Chaos, or if there aren't that many Chaos Swarm Pokemon part of the event. So yeah, overall, like you can kind of see you're solo, you know, I one shot everything. Maybe I'm lucky, I don't know. If you just play pretty smart, help your teammate out, we'll hit the team with a little, oh, no big deal that you forgot Willow, Zipper Nick. Yeah, like these teams are gonna be great. I'm pretty excited. We got an hour out as I'm speaking. This video will come out probably right around the time that the new raid comes up. But I've got some stuff here. We're gonna try that stuff out. It's probably gonna be Tauros based on the zodiac sign rotation, but could be totally wrong. I could not be able to read a chart properly, so we'll see. Stay tuned for that video. If you watch this whole thing, that's incredible. I know it's different from what I've done previously, so glad that you stuck around for all of this. And yeah, overall summary for what we're kind of working with. Reuniclus, we'll just take a look. It's plus 20 in the relevant stats for punting speed. This is, I assume, is a pretty typical stored power build. You've got Calm Mind, Iron Defense to give stat stages, stored power increases in power. The more stat increases you have, recover, just to recover the HP. This is my cooked fucking healer build. Didn't really work all that well the 2 times that I've used it. Got to kind of figure out how that might play out. This is the Kofagrigus build. Wisp is the big one there. Calm Mind is another big one. You can add screens to this guy, I think. Lots of stuff that can happen. And our trusty Metagross. Yeah, Hone Claws is a good addition there, but otherwise you can just level up at Beldum and get all these moves. You can add Hone Claws for 15k. EQ is pretty big, though totally not necessary. I think that's like a 30k TM. And yeah, of course, Sableye is, it's probably worth just picking up the Sableye for like 50, 60k, whatever it's at right now. Let's just take a look. And we want that hidden ability for Prankster. Yeah, 75k now. Wisp is super cheap. It usually has Wisp on it from whatever it was doing, whatever the catch was. So throw Reflect on it for 2k. You've got screens, Prankster setting screens, or do something cheaper. Look for a fast Pokemon like Jolteon that can set screens. That's a super budget option. There's tons of things that you can do to sort of get yourself in a position to solo carry, but I really don't recommend you solo carry. Just get a team. It's a social game. It's an MMO. Find some friends and have some fun while you're doing it, because this is a pretty fun event. This is exciting times. PokeMMO is definitely kind of turning a new chapter. It's kind of moving away from just being these base games and, you know, finally moving into new territory. Really excited with the game design of everything so far, and really excited for the rest of the events. I'm going to try to keep up the rest of the raids, rather. I'm going to try to keep up the schedule of doing one video every time the new one comes out with the new strategy. I definitely won't be able to sustain that for whatever 12 days. Not sustainable for me. I don't have the ability. I am not Petrowski after all. I can't keep up that pace. It's incredible what that man does. So I'll do my best. It may not be the video. It may just be a quick little written strategy that you can check somewhere. We'll figure that out at some point. But yeah, keep that in mind. Let me know. Please feel free to DM me any questions that you have. YouTube comments are even better. I see those faster. I have like Discord notifications basically totally off, because otherwise Discord would just blow up my phone all the time. But YouTube comments probably good. Join Petrowski's Discord. The callouts there are the best around, and it's just a great place to find team members. You're definitely going to do better there than you would, I think, solo queuing here. That's what I would actually do. That's what I personally do. But if you needed to solo queue like we just did, you can kind of see it's definitely possible. So Yeah, that's all for now. Good luck with the rest of the event. And again, thank you all for subscribing to my channel. It's kind of wild still to me that 1,000 people, if you do that. So yeah, good luck again and have a good one.